stop. Before you buy that new plugin you just saw on Instagram, make sure you watch this video. That's right, FL Studio is so powerful, what you need is already likely in the stock plugin. Why run the streets for something new when what you need is right at home? So today, we're gonna be going over the top 5 overlooked stock FL Studio plugins. You ready? Let's get into it. Starting with plugin number 1, we have Fruity Blood Overdrive. Blood Overdrive is a very useful distortion plugin with a ton of customizable features, as you can see here. When it comes to distortion and saturation, I personally am a firm believer that less is more. You don't have to do much to get a nice change and a nice pleasing result. Blood Overdrive allows us to dial in the right tone to our beats. So I have a live bass guitar right here. I'm gonna go ahead and add Blood Overdrive to it, and let's go ahead and see how it sounds. As you can hear, I was able to get a nice buzzy tone to that live bass guitar. I was kind of getting that Mike Dean, Kanye, Mike Dark, Twisted Fantasy kind of vibe. So for everyone who's looking to experiment with distortion plugins and things like that, you don't have to search around the web for some cool gizmo that's gonna cost you, $80 or $90. Get right here in FL Studio, use Blood Overdrive, and let your creativity run free. And plugin number 2 is Fruity Squeeze. Now, I've actually never seen another producer actually use Fruity Squeeze, and it's amazing. Now, what is it and how does it work? Fruity Squeeze is a filtering plugin specifically for drum loops. It also allows us to add distortion and bit crushing to our sound. I would say this plugin is good for filtering your drum loops to kind of sit in the background of the beat so you can go ahead and add your own drums on top with a few ear-catching effects to go along with it. As producers, we usually reach for an EQ to go ahead and make space for these type of drum loops, but here we go, right here in the FL Studio, we can accomplish all of that in this one easy to use plugin, and it already comes with your DAW. So let's go ahead and listen to this plugin on a drum loop and see how it sounds. I really like the way I was able to get those unique characteristics to that drum loop. Now, by itself, it sounds a little, out there creatively, but if you go ahead and tuck a percussion loop like this in the background of your beat, go ahead and apply some of the effects here in Fruity Squeeze, you never know what type of creative inspiration you can come up with. You have Fruity Squeeze right here, put it on a drum loop, give it a try, and hey, you never know what you might come up with. And plugin number 3, we have Fruity Filter. Fruity Filter is a super easy low pass, high pass, and band pass filter. Now, filtering is a great way to add excitement and anticipation to your beats. There's a very similar paid plugin by Waves called One Knob Filter, and it's actually $30 at the time of this recording. And guess what? It has less features than this plugin you have right here for free in FL Studio. So let's go ahead and take a listen to Fruity Filter and see how it sounds. Now, I'm really loving how that sounded on that guitar loop. It gave it a really cool underwater effect. and it also added anticipation. Almost felt like my ears were anticipating some type of drop. So this is a really good plugin to use, especially when it comes to making drops before like the hook or before the verse in a beat that you're working on. So don't sleep on this. Try to use some automation along with it, so that way it has some motion and movement and anticipation. And once again, you don't have to get one knob filter by Waves. You have what you need right here. So make sure you check it out, use it on your next beat. And plugin number 4, we have PanOMatic. PanOMatic is a panning and volume automation plugin that you can use to add some motion to your beats. If you want to add a little bit of extra groove to your beat, make sure you reach for this plugin. And plugins like this is a part of the reason why some of your favorite beats have so much emotion and impact. Like favorite producers like Metro Boomin, Timbaland, Pharrell, whoever, professional mixing engineers tend to use this type of automation to kind of play tricks on the ears, have your ears kind of searching for things in the mix. You may not see it or quite understand it in the beat making process, but adding it to your beats, especially for little bits of ear candy, can go a long way. So let's go ahead and take a listen to how this plugin sounds. I love the way that sounded. You know, I really like how this plugin is able to give me that subtle motion that I need for these little bits of ear candy, as I like to call them. You know, imagine you're working on a beat and you have this sweep that's kind of coming out on the right hand side of the speaker, and it just has a little bit of motion. Imagine that you have some type of vocal sample and you throw PanOMatic on it, and it kind of plays with your head a little bit. It's a weird kind of sounding plugin, but hey, with this plugin, I'm confident that you can come up with something super special and creative that fans are gonna love, and they may not even really know what's underneath the hood that's making them so addicted to the sound. And coming in at number 5, we have Fruity Waveshaper. Fruity Waveshaper is a distortion effect. For lack of a better term, let's just call it a super customizable version of the Fruity Soft Clipper. Fruity Waveshaper is super powerful. It has hard clipping, soft clipping, and really anything in between. I really want you guys to take a deep dive into this plugin because it has some really crazy sounds that you can get into. And as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and take a listen to Fruity Waveshaper. I'm just gonna play a preset here on an 808 and let's see how it sounds. Now that was some really simple distortion that I applied to that 808, but I'm telling you guys, take some time, play with some different presets, go ahead and actually shape the wave here, and sky's the limit. This is a very powerful tool. I don't see it used too much, but I want you guys to reach for it. It's a stock plugin and go crazy with it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you comment FL Gang. I need to know that you guys are watching these videos and you're getting value out of it. If you are, comment FL Gang below and I'll know, and I'll keep on this journey. Hey, I'm Desmond A. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more great videos. Peace. Desmond